Hey guys, welcome to Listen and Ace IELTS. If you're prepping for the IELTS, you're in the right place. We're here to help you ace the test with smart strategies, real practice, and expert tips. So hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You don't want to miss this. The International English Language Testing System, or IELTS, is one of the world's most recognized English language proficiency tests. Each year, over 3.5 million tests are taken by people seeking to study, work, or migrate to English-speaking countries. IELTS is accepted by more than 11,000 organizations worldwide, including universities, employers, professional bodies, and immigration authorities in countries like the United States, the United Kingdom, Australia, Canada, and New Zealand. What makes IELTS particularly valuable is its focus on real-world communication skills. Unlike some language tests that emphasize grammar rules or vocabulary in isolation, IELTS evaluates how well you can use English in authentic situations you're likely to encounter in academic or professional environments. Your IELTS score can be the key that unlocks numerous opportunities. For students, it can determine your eligibility for prestigious universities. For professionals, it can enhance your career prospects and global mobility. For immigrants, it can be a crucial component of your visa application. With so much riding on your IELTS performance, effective preparation is not just helpful, it's essential. The IELTS exam tests 4 key language skills: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Today, we're focusing on the listening component, and for good reason. The listening test is often considered the section where strategic preparation can yield the most significant improvements. Unlike writing or speaking, which require extensive language production skills developed over time, listening offers a unique opportunity to boost your overall IELTS score through targeted practice and specific techniques. Here's why mastering IELTS listening should be a priority in your preparation. First, the listening section is identical for both academic and general training modules, meaning the strategies you learn can benefit all test takers. Second, many candidates unnecessarily lose points in listening due to avoidable mistakes like spelling errors or missing word limits in answers rather than actual comprehension problems. Third, unlike the writing section where scoring can seem somewhat subjective, listening has clear right and wrong answers, making your progress easier to track and your preparation more focused. And finally, strong listening skills don't just help in the listening test, they enhance your performance in the speaking section too, as better comprehension leads to more appropriate responses. In short, the listening section offers one of the best returns on your preparation investment. So, how does the IELTS listening test actually work? Let's break it down. The test lasts 30 minutes, with an extra 10 minutes to transfer your answers if you're taking the paper-based version. You'll listen to 4 recordings and answer 40 questions in total. Each recording is played only once, so maintaining focus is crucial. Section 1. The first recording is a conversation between 2 people in an everyday social context. This might be a housing inquiry, a job application, or a service request. You'll typically answer 10 questions, often involving form completion, multiple choice, or matching information. For example, you might hear a conversation between a student and a housing officer, where you need to fill in details like the student's name, address, rental period, and specific requirement. Section 2. The second recording features a monologue in a social context. This could be a speech about local facilities, a tour guide's presentation, or instructions about a process. Again, you'll answer 10 questions, which might include map labeling, note completion, or multiple choice. Section 3. Moving to more challenging content, Section 3 presents a conversation between up to 4 people in an educational or training context. This often involves students discussing a project or a student and professor reviewing academic work. The 10 questions here typically require more detailed listening, with formats like matching headings to paragraphs, completing tables, or identifying speakers' opinions. Section 4. The final and most challenging section features an academic monologue, such as a university lecture. You'll need to answer 10 questions that often involve note completion, sentence completion, or multiple choice. This section tests your ability to follow complex academic discourse and identify both main ideas and specific details. The difficulty increases progressively through the test, with Section 1 being the most accessible and Section 4 the most challenging. This structure allows all candidates to demonstrate their abilities while still differentiating between different proficiency levels. Knowing the structure is great, but to really prepare, you need to understand the types of questions you'll face. Let's talk about that. The IELTS listening test isn't just about hearing words. It's about understanding and responding correctly to different question formats. You might need to pick the right answer from a list, fill in missing words, or even label a diagram based on what you hear. Some of the most common question types include multiple choice. Requires selecting the correct answer from provided options, typically A, B, C. Testing your ability to identify specific details and distinguish between similar information in the recording. Matching. Involves connecting items from two different lists based on relationships mentioned in the audio, testing your ability to categorize information and identify connections between related concepts. Plan, map, or diagram labeling. Requires adding labels to specific locations on a visual representation based on spoken descriptions, testing your ability to understand spatial information and follow directional language. Form completion. Involves filling in gaps in a form or application with specific information, names, numbers, dates, etc., from the recording, testing your ability to identify and accurately record factual details. Sentence completion. Requires completing sentences with words or phrases from the audio that fit both grammatically and contextually, testing your understanding of specific information within broader context. Short answer questions. Involves writing brief responses, typically limited to 1 to 3 words, to direct questions, testing your ability to identify key information and express it concisely within word limits. Note completion. Requires filling in gaps in a set of structured notes, testing your ability to follow the development of ideas and identify key points within a structured framework. Summary completion. Involves completing a paragraph that summarizes the main points of the recording, testing your understanding of overall meaning and ability to identify words that maintain coherence in a condensed text. Table completion. Requires filling in missing information in a table's cells, testing your ability to organize information categorically and identify specific details that relate to different classifications. Flowchart completion. Involves filling in missing steps or elements in a process diagram, testing your understanding of sequences, procedures, and cause-effect relationships in chronological information. The key to mastering these? Practice with real test-style materials and get comfortable recognizing synonyms and paraphrasing, because IELTS loves to trick you by rewording things. Now, let's talk strategy. To maximize your score, keep these tips in mind. 1. Read ahead. Before the audio starts, glance at the questions so you know what to listen for. 2. Stay focused. The recordings are only played once, and they often include distractions or self-corrections. 3. Watch for synonyms. The exact words you hear might not match the ones in the question, so train yourself to recognize similar meanings. 4. Never leave a blank. There's no penalty for guessing, so always write something. 5. Get used to different accents. IELTS features British, American, Australian, and Canadian speakers, so listen to a variety of English accents in your prep. All right, that's a solid game plan to tackle the IELTS listening test. Now it's time to put it into practice. On the LISTEN and ACE IELTS channel, we're committed to providing you with the most effective resources to boost your listening score. Here's what you can expect from our upcoming videos. Full IELTS listening practice tests with detailed explanations, section-specific training for all 4 parts of the listening test, strategy videos targeting different question types, common mistake analysis and how to avoid them, special episodes focusing on challenging accents and fast speech, tips for effective note-taking during the listening test, mock tests reflecting the latest IELTS. We'll also be responding to your questions and requests, so don't hesitate to let us know what aspects of IELTS listening you find most challenging. IELTS listening may seem challenging at first, but with the right strategies and consistent practice, it can become your strongest section. Remember, this is the part of the test where targeted preparation often yields the most significant improvements. If you're serious about achieving your target IELTS score, subscribe to Listen and ACE IELTS now. Click the notification bell to be alerted when we post new practice tests and strategy videos. In our next video, we'll dive into a complete IELTS listening practice test, walking you through each question and explaining the strategies for finding the correct answers. Leave a comment below telling us your target IELTS score and which aspect of the listening test you find most challenging. Your feedback will help us create content that addresses your specific needs. Thank you for watching, and remember, effective listening isn't just a skill for IELTS. It's a valuable asset for academic success, professional advancement, and meaningful communication in our increasingly connected world. See you in the next video. Happy studying.